लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, भक्ति महादेवी की जय, श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। अज्ञान तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। यस्यैकनिश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदन्दनाथाः। विष्णुर्महास इह यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्गुणदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। भागवत सुमिरन। रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सदन वारन वन सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल गणपति कृपा ज्ञान खान आनंद भवन देहु मोहि वरदान वर्णो भाषा भागवत जय शिव आनंद कंद भूतनाथ भव भय हरन भक्ति विषय निर्बंध गौरवरंग मंगल कर। हे ब्रज चंद मुकुंद ब्रजभूषण भूषण काटहु भव भय शरण शरण ली आन करा। जय 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 जगदीश सेवत शेष महेश अचार महिमा अमित अभेद वेद भेद जानत ने देहु मोहि वरदान राधा वरया वर सदा प्रेम भरी मुस्कान चित में कथ काट मोहि चाहिए कछु नाही और वस्तु प्रभु जात बसी रहे मन माही यहवा की छाती लिए लखिया गायन के पीछे ग्वाल बाल लिए मुकुट शिर पर धर कर मुरली उर्मा शीश मुकुट कटि पीठ पट या छवि सोनंद बसहु हृदय ममन गुरुपद रज धर शीश कहु भागवत की कथा जो सुखदेव मुनीश करी सो परीक्षित आगे भरे निगम कल्पतरु गलितम फलम शुक मुखादमृत द्रव संयुतम पिबत भागवतम रसमालयम मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय, श्री भक्ति महादेवी की जय। आदरणीय पूजनीय पंडितगण, प्रिय सज्जनों, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, most worshipable Pandits, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone. And my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you here with us this morning. Also to those of us who are viewing us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Bhakti TV, etc. Very special welcome, Radhe Radhe, pranam to you also. Very special thank you to Pandit Satyananda Maharaj of the Satya Anand Ashram in around West Trinidad and producer of Bhakti TV for having taken on the whole Yag live on Bhakti TV. So, we all know this morning, Pandit Chaitra Maharaj, the spiritual leader of the Shyama Shyam Dham in New York City, is celebrating his birthday. This Yag was done to commemorate his birthday, and which in a way he uses this Yag to give thanks to the Supreme Lord, to his spiritual master, his Guru, for all the graces they have showered upon him. Today is the Purnahuti, the conclusion of the Yagna. Throughout the Yagna, we've been hearing about the advent of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, on this earth, little more than 5,000 years ago. Yesterday's Katha, hearing that the eighth child had come, Vasudeva had already taken Shri Krishna to Gokul through the inspiration of Bhagavan and exchanged and brought back his little sister, his Yog Maya Shakti, as a baby girl in the jail. The news reached Kans that the eighth child has come. Kans, being very distressed, waiting so long and knowing this is going to be his death, hurriedly ran to the jail, the most disheveled condition as he was sleeping. There, Devaki pleaded with him in all ways to please spare this eighth child, as she's a girl. She's worthy to be a daughter to you. You have already killed all my sons, at least leave one for me, this one, this last child. She being a girl. And crying in this way, hugging the child to her bosom. Kans scolded her in the worst way, in the most terrible way, and snatched the baby from her. Held it by the 2 feet, was about to dash it on the slab to kill that baby, and she flew from his hand, flew to the roof, and took her form, original form. It's the mother of the universe, Durga, with 8 arms of holy weapon. She said to Kans, "O fool, you want to kill me, which is impossible. Anyhow, the one who is going to kill you, the one who is going to be your death, has already taken birth somewhere. Think about this." Kans repented his action, begged Devaki and Vasudeva to forgive him, let them loose, went back to the palace, and went to sleep. Next morning, he called all his counselors, all his generals, and told them, all demons, Rakshas, what he had done. And they laughed and said, "Kans, you are so powerful, you're scared of a little baby. This Bhagwan is actually scared of you. Hide him." Anyhow, you should send us. We should go out there and kill every baby that has been born within 10 days. Someone should do this. You have so many powerful servants, Rakshas, demons. Anyone can do this. But there is one who specializes in this. Kans agreed, getting the counsel from. Already he had become, he'd spoken so highly in high philosophy as we heard yesterday. His mind had changed, but the wrong association, the wrong people, this is what happens. So Kans agreed with them. And who is that person who is going to kill all the children who were born within the 10 days? That katha we will hear today. As much as possible, you can hear. जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 ओ जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, ओ जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, ओ जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। नंदापते वचा शौरेण विवेति विचिन्तन, हरे जगाम शरण मृत्पातागम शंति, कंसेन प्रहिता घोरा पूतना बाल घातिनी, शिशुश्चकार विघ्रन्ति पुरगाम बजारिषु। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
जय 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 जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
न यत्र शरणादीनि रक्षोघ्नानि स्वकर्मसु कुर्वन्ति सात्वतां भर्तुर् यातु धान्याश्च तत्र हि साख्ये चर्येक दोपेत्य पूतनानन्द गोकुलम् योषित्वा माययात्मानं प्राविशत् कामचारि। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल,
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 हरि
वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। इस तरह अपने फौजों ने कहा कि हाँ आपके पास एक हथियार है बहुत बड़ा, आप भूल गए, वो है पूतना। उनके काम है बच्चे को मारना। So then they said to Kanso, you have a very powerful weapon that you've forgotten about. That weapon is known as Purnahuti, one of your servants. The demon is Rakshasi. And she specializes in killing children. That's her specialty. So, give Purnahuti the job. So Kans went and told Purnahuti, look, I have a very important job for you. Ji Huzur. Purnahuti said, yes sir, tell me, I'm ready. Oh, I want you to go and kill all the children who have been born within the last 10 days. In all the towns and all the villages, spare no one. Abhi, Karu, I'll do right now. Go. Purnahuti happily went. Purnahuti के पास बहुत बड़े बड़े मायावी शक्ति थी, जिस रूप चाहे वो बन सकती। Purnahuti had very powerful, great powers, mayavi powers, that she could change into any form she wanted. Fly in the sky, change in any form. And Purnahuti also, there was a poison, Kalkut. दो विष है, एक तो हलाहल और एक है कालकूट। बहुत भयानक, two very dangerous poison. Forget gramophone and all that. Kalkut, halahal. When the Kshin Sagar was churned, but Rakshas and the Asuras and the Devatas, the first thing came out. Sabse pehle, halahal vish. Tiny drop can destroy the whole universe. It's another very dangerous poison that Putnaa had manufactured. Kalakut. No one, the child didn't have to drink it. Just touch the lip. Bas chew. Touch the lip and that child would die. So Putnaa, she smeared the poison on her breast. Or gave Gokul. She went to Gokul. First Gokul. अरे भगवान ने कहा इधर उधर मत जाओ, सीधे मेरे पास आइए. Bhagwan is sitting in the heart of Putnaa and all beings, Putnaa's heart also. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddesheju natishtati. Chapter 18 verse 61. Bhagwan, the Lord, sits in the heart of every living being. It could be demon, rakshas, tree, grass, human being, anyone, devata, everyone. He sits in the heart. There's no distinction. So he's sitting in Putnaa. So from inside he inspires Putnaa, come straight to Gokul. And don't go here, there and kill Gwal, my friends and all this. I have to play with them. इनके साथ तो खेलना, पहले इनको मारेंगे तो फिर क्या होगा? You kill all my friends, etc. Who I will play with? How will I do my lila? Out, come straight to me. सीधे मेरे पास आओ. From inside he is inspiring. Putnaa बहुत सुंदरी बन गई, बहुत सुंदर. निमावी शक्ति से. इतना सुंदर कभी किसी ने एक स्त्री को देखा नहीं. लग रही कि वो स्वर्ग से आई. ना सुंदर. Through her powers, her Mahavi powers, Putnaa made herself extremely beautiful. No one has seen such a beautiful woman. So beautiful as though she had come from heaven. Actually, the gopis thought that she was Mahalakshmi herself. So beautiful. And from inside, Thakurji is inspiring her. Come straight to Nanda Mahal. Come to the palace of Nanda Baba in Nanda Yashoda. He is the chief of Gokul. His palace. So Putnaa went straight. She didn't kill any children. Straight there. Pehle Thakurji ke paas. And she's walking, everyone is just staring. She's so beautiful that they could not even take their eyes out of her. And she's smiling with the flowers in her hand. They thought this Mahalakshmi. No one even stopped her. She went straight into the room where Thakurji was in the Palana, in the cradle. There Thakurji. And that time Thakurji 6 din ke the. Chhati. At that time Thakurji was only 6 days old. It's called Chhati. This is very important, this day. So this Chhati, the 6th, he was only 6 days old. But no one stopped, she went straight. Gaye. और Thakurji को उठाया. Took out Thakurji from the cradle and brought him to her breast. Thakurji ने आँख बंद कर लिया. आँख क्यों आँख बंद कर लिया? So when Putnaa took Thakurji to her breast, he closed his eyes. Why? So a lot of people think that he got scared. This is such a big Rakshas, demoness, and he knows this, so he got scared. Bhagwan doesn't get scared of anyone. What to Bhagwan? No one can do anything to Bhagwan. Why did he close his eye? So there are saints who have written about this. That time Thakurji closed his eyes to call Shivji. Do baar Shivji ko bulaya. He called Shivji twice. The time when there's a Kshir Sagar Manthan, I told you when there was churn in the ocean of milk and the first thing came out halal, wish. That time Shri Krishna had become Kachap, one of his avatars, as a tortoise, to hold Mount Mandar. The churning stick was a mountain, but it kept sinking. There was no support. So Thakurji Bhagwan, Shri Krishna himself, he took an avatar as a tortoise, Kachap avatar. And that became the base for Mount Mandara. But when they were churning, and Vasuki was the rope, the first thing came out, poison. Halahal, as I told you. Everyone started falling unconscious. The whole, all jeev, all souls were going to die. Every being, living being. Bhagwan called, that time he called Shivji, Aye Shiv. All your children are dying. This is that time for Mahapralay. Kuch karo. So that time Shivji drank the halahal vish. That came out. The first thing, he drank it and kept it in the throat. He kept it in the throat became blue. So he got a new name, Neelakant. Shivji is Karpura Gauram. His body is white like Kapoor, like Gyanfa. Karpura Gauram. So something so white and there's a blue in the throat, like a jewels, blazing. So he got a new name, Neelakant, the blue-throated one. This name is in Ved, Neel Griva Shiti Kantaha Yajurved. This means this not only happened in this creation, it's from beginningless time. It's always happened. From beginningless time. So that time Shivji drank the poison, he is Bhagwan, he kept it here. And all souls were protected. So he also, Thakurji, again called Shivji. He said, hey Shiv bhai, aap विष को अच्छा लगता है वही पी लो, आपका खाना है. पूरे शरीर में सांप और ये बिच्छू वगैरह घूमते रहते हैं, आपको असर नहीं है, तो ये विष आप पी लो. अब मैं दूध पीऊंगा, मुझे दूध अच्छा लगता है. तो ठाकुर जी said, look Shiv, on your whole body you have snake and scorpion and all these poisonous things. You like poison, so you drink the poison. And I like milk, so I will drink the milk. One Bhagwan, it is in the form of Shivji, the same one Bhagwan drank the poison, and the same Bhagwan as Shri Krishna drank the milk. They don't have to bring two Bhagwan and put there, it's one Bhagwan. Bhagwan is only one Bhagwan. Same Shiva, same Krishna. लेकिन वहां भगवान जब दूध पीने लगे तो पूर्णा का प्राण पीने लगे, प्राण पीने लगे. और पूर्णा को समझ में आया, अरे हमारे वो प्राण पी रहे, अब मुंच छोड़ो छोड़ो ऐसे बोलने लगे. भगवान started drinking the milk from the breasts of Putnaa. He started even taking the very life itself started sucking. Putnaa realized that he's taken my life, sucking my life into him. And she started to scream, Munch, munch, leave me, leave me. लेकिन भगवान छोड़ेंगे नहीं, भगवान didn't leave. So Putnaa screamed and ran, assumed her real form, flew into the sky, उड़ गए ऊपर कि ये बच्चे गिर जाएंगे, मर जाएंगे. She flew up in the sky that this child will fall and die. Bhagwan held on. He's Bhagwan. और इसी तरह से पूतना को मार दिया. And so he killed Putnaa. And Putnaa fell. जहां Putnaa गिर गए, अब उनमें असली रूप आ गए 12 मील लंबे, 12 मील. When Putnaa fell, In the original form, the body of Putnaa was 12 miles long. Can you imagine? All the tree, she didn't crush anyone by Bhagwan's grace. But all the trees where she fell, that time Vrindavan still has, but not as much. Ban means a forest. Vrindavan was mostly forest. So all the trees where she fell, they all got squashed in the ground. ये पूरा 12 मील लंबी, तो ये सब लोग ढूंढने लगे ठाकुर जी कहाँ गए। अब ये राक्षसी को देखे, उनने खा लिया ठाकुर जी, जब कुछ हो गया तो भगवान को प्रार्थना करने लगे। अब देखो, कोई नहीं जानते उस समय कि ये भगवान ही है, भगवान की चाहते हैं। So now when this huge Rakshas fell, if the body is 12 miles long, imagine how high it is. So they can't see Thakurji anywhere, little Krishna. What happened to him? Did the Rakshas eat him, swallow him? Where is he? So they started to pray to Bhagwan. They didn't know. You might say, well, he's Bhagwan. Why they pray to Bhagwan? Because Bhagwan Krishna, when he came, little more than 5,000 years ago, he descended. First, he made everyone forget. That special power that he has called Yog Maya. Kartum akartum manyatha kartum samarthaha. That which makes the impossible possible. Through the power of Yog Maya, he made everyone forget that I am Bhagwan, and that they are great devotees descended from Golok itself. Sanatana Mitra. Many of the cows were eternal friends of Sri Krishna from Golok, Golok, his divine abode. Gopis, most of the gopis descended from Golok, eternal. This Yashoda, etc., these are all eternal devotees of Bhagwan. But he made them forget that they will behave like ordinary people in the world. He wanted to enjoy. He made himself forget to apne ko bhi bola through that same power. So now they are praying to Bhagwan. Who? Shri Krishna. Krishna avatar has now taken place. So that time in Vrindavan, everyone used to pray to Sri Ram, because Sri Ram came in Treta Yuga. Same Sri Krishna came as Sri Ram. So that time everybody, now they say Radhe Radhe, everybody says Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna in Vrindavan. At that time they used to say Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Ram Ram. Everyone was devotees of Shri Ram, the same Shri Krishna. So they started to pray to Bhagwan in the form of had to pray in this way. Jai Raghunandan, Jai Shri Ram. 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 He Dukha Bhanjan तुम्हें प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम। जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम, जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम। तुम्ही दिखलाते, हाथ बात हे परमेश्वर स्नेह तुम्ही दिखलाते, नर नारी के प्रेम की ज्योति, नर नारी के प्रेम की ज्योति जग में तुम्हें जलाते, ओ नैया के खेवन हारे, ओ नैया के खेवन हारे, जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम, दया के सागर प्रभु जी तुम्ही पालन हारे, तुम्ही दया के सागर प्रभु जी तुम्ही पालन हारे, चैन तुम्ही से पाया थे कल, चैन तुम्ही से आया देखल मनवा साज सतारे, जो भी तुम्हारी आस लगाए, जो भी तुम्हारी आस लगाए बने उसी के काम, जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम, जय रघुनंदन जय श्री राम। बोल सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। And they were praying to भगवान, कहाँ है हमारे लाला? तो कुछ लोग ने एक सीढ़ी लेके ऊपर चढ़ गए. Praying like this, not seen to Bhagwan. Some took a ladder and they climb up. So high that body is. When it's 12 miles long, they climbed up and there they saw Thakurji Putnaa के बक्षस्थल में खेल रहे थे. Was playing on the chest of Putnaa. उठा के ले आए नीचे, took him down, brought him down. Maya was happy, everybody was happy. Rohini, Yashoda, और औचने लगे, झाड़ने लगे. जैसे कोई स्त्री ये नहीं जानते कि ये भगवान है. जैसे मैंने कहा कि ये कोई बुरे, कोई भूत प्रेत होगा, पर नहीं क्या राक्षसी, तो झाड़ने लगे. So they haven't taken down Thakurji, and like any ordinary village woman, this is an illiterate woman in Vrindavan at that time, Gokul, Yashoda Maya, Rohini, etc. And thinking there's some evil spirit, there's like a child is crying and know that the parents, they will take some things and they will do onche them, as you say, jharna. So they took all these things, they took special things, not like we take in the world. They took the gobar, the cow dung. This is very special. These are all cowherds, and in the gobar resides Mahalakshmi. they took, some other time I don't have time to go in this long, the katha here, as to why. So they took the urine of the cow, mutra, and bathed Thakurji. They smeared the gobar on him and then they bathed him in the urine. They took the tail of the cow, in the tail also resides Mahalakshmi, and they did dharna. That any evil spirit, etc., it will be all washed away and he'll be free from all of that. In this way they did all these things, and then everything was okay. Ab ye sharik ko kya karenge? Itna lambi. What they're going to do is 12 mile. This body, if it remain here, it might, the whole, nobody will be able to live. Badbu aayegi, it will get stink, this whole place. They have to destroy it. So the cows, they took their axe, अपने कुल्हाड़ी को लेके, और काटने लगे वो शरीर. They started cutting that body into pieces. पूरे शरीर को काटने लगे. बहुत बड़ा बनाया. They made a huge pile with this body of Putnaa. और जला दिया. वो शरीर जलने लगे तो एक विचित्र बात हुई. बहुत विचित्र. सुगंध आने लगे. सुगंध. देखो, सबसे गंदे शरीर है मानव का. हम लोग की शरीर सबसे गंदा. इसको जलाने में आप लोग जाते हैं, जब शरीर को लेके है घाट में लेके जाते हैं, तो उसके गुगुल वगैरह और बहुत तमाम चीजें डाल देते हैं ताकि जो बदबू है वो निकलेगा नहीं. और बिना कुछ सामग्री ऐसे जला दिया ये शरीर पूतना की, और इतना सुगंध जैसे चंदन का लकड़ी को जला रहे, इतने सुगंध, खुशबू आ रही थी. So they cut the body of Putnaa into pieces and huge pile, and then they burned it. And when this body of Putnaa was being burned, something very strange happened. Normally when you burn a body, as Hindus, you do cremation. They take the body to the river, etc., and they build a pile with the wood, and then they put the body in there and burn it. But they don't burn the body alone. The body, the most dirty body in 8.4 million forms is a human body. Chiti jala pav ka gagana samira panchara chitta yaha adham sarira. Adham is very dirty. 9 hole, and nothing from everything comes, there's dirtiness. Most bodies in the world, when someone dies, when some animal, like said, you can make use of the body, something. Human body, unless you donate some part or something, that's the difference. But there's no use. So that the smell, if you don't, so they would put a lot of Google, by the pounds they put Google. And all things, and the sugar and so many things and ghee, that smell will not come out. That you don't smell it. And here they are burning this body of Putnaa, a demoness, a Rakshasi, and the sweetest smell is coming. Like sandalwood. नंद बाबा गए थे मथुरा, कुछ ग्वालों को लेके गए थे टैक्स देना कंस को. अब जो वापस आ रहे, वो सुगंध, वो खुशबू, वो सूंघ रहे, तो वो सोचे कहां से आ रहे. Nanda Baba and some cows, they had gone to Mathura to pay tax to Kans. And he had met Vasudeva too, and Vasudeva told him he should go back quickly. And he was returning with some of the cowherd boys, and from miles away they started smelling this sweet smell. And they started wondering, where is this sweet smell coming from? From miles away. Ye kyun hua? Why did this happen? So there's an explanation. One, Bhagwan is the one who killed Putnaa. The moment Bhagwan touched Putnaa, that body it changed. And secondly, very briefly, who was Putnaa? When Bhagwan became Baman, एक अवतार है भगवान बामन देव. This also Prishni had, Bhagwan had given the boon to Prishni. When you will become Aditi and Sutapa, your husband will become Kashyap. I will come as your son Baman Dev, divine dwarf. So he had gone to stop the yagna of Bali. When he came there, Bali had a daughter, unki putri, Ratnamala. When Ratnamala saw Vaman Dev, so beautiful, she found him to be so beautiful, she thought, if only he was my baby, I'll put him to my breast and suckle him. So Bhagwan is sitting in the heart, he took note, okay, not here. When I come as Krishna, in Dwapar Yuga, you will come as Putnaa. He gave the Vardhan there. Second thing is that, how could Putnaa, Ratnamala, she's the daughter of a Rakshas, Bali is a Rakshas. How could she fall in love with God? The law is, Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi, Prabhu murati dekhi tin taisi. How we honor inside when we see divine entity, God and the saint, or the saints who's God personified, we see them like how we honor inside. So that's why most people, because we have very bad feeling and very bad thought, the mind is very dirty. When we meet God and the saints, we see them very bad too. We don't benefit. Is there a benefit we get out? But here, Ratnamala, she fell in love. Meaning, this proved that she was a saint. To fall in love with Bhagwan. So Bhagwan said, well, I know who you are. When I come as Krishna, you will come and help me perform my Leela. This is why I went and burned her body, because she was a saint. It was the only sweet smell. A second thing happened. That this 6th day is so important, this Chatti. This incident happened on the 6th day. When Veda Vyas was writing Bhagavat Mahapuran, Veda Vyas, descension of Sri Krishna, he had written 17 Puranas, Mahabharata. He had put the Vedas in book form. Lekin Shanti nahi. He had no peace. So Naraji came and said, Are Veda Vyas, kya hua? You have written Mahabharata, that great epic. You have put the 17 Puranas, you have put the Vedas in book form. The Vedas have always existed, but you have put it in book form. But you have no peace. Veda Vyas said, yes, I don't know. So Naraji said, I know. It is because you are yet to write a book that describes only Shri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, His divine pastime, and the thing which is most dear to Shri Krishna, His bhakti, His path of love, devotion. You have yet to write a book. So first you do bhakti. I mean very brief here. You do bhakti first. पहले आप करो. हाँ आप भगवान है लेकिन भक्ति को करना पड़ेगा. So Naraji said, first you have to do bhakti yourself. You're Bhagwan, you're a descension of Shri Krishna, Avesha avatar, but you have to do bhakti. So Veda Vyas did bhakti. पहले माया को देखा, अपश्यत माया, पुरुषम. He saw Maya, he saw Bhagwan, he saw Maya, and then Bhagwan blessed him with bhakti. Then the instruction was given, write Bhagavat Mahapuran. So the last book Veda Vyas wrote, Bhagavat Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Then it became 18 Puranas. Then he found peace and happiness. But when he wrote the Bhagavat, ab kisko sunao? Who to tell this Bhagavat to? Adhikari hona chahiye, someone has to be deserving. So he prayed to Bhagwan. Kisi ko bhej do bhai. So Bhagwan said, okay. So Shukadev ji was sent. Shukadev ji came in the womb of the mother, but he stayed 12 years, 12 saal. Imagine a child, someone has a child, a baby, people get pregnant, 9 months, 10 months, that's it. 12 years he stayed. So Veda Vyas said, "Bhai, why are you not coming outside? Kya hua?" So Shukadev ji, a long katha, I'm just making it brief, said, "Look, if you give me, I'm scared of this thing called Maya. Ye Maya mein bahut darta hu. I'm scared of this Maya. If you give me the blessing, Maya will have no effect on me. I will come out." So Veda Vyas is also Bhagwan. He has the power to take away Maya. He said, Maya shall not have any effect on you. I give you the Vardhan. So Shukadev came out from the womb. And the moment he came out, he started running. Shukadev is running and Veda Vyas is going behind. Putra, Putra. Kahan ja rahe bhai? First you have to do but brahmacharya ashram, then you have to get married, grihastha ashram, have children, then vanaprastha, then sannyas. From now you taking sannyas. There are regulations that one can. If you observe a Janev sanskar, when the child gets Janev, at that time he can make the choice. He can remain a sannyasi or he can come back in the world. So the mother cries at that time. Because the child has the choice. So, but Shukadev is not hearing anything. Shukadev is Paramhans. Paramhans is one who neither hears, sees, smell, taste, touch anything except Brahm. He sees himself everywhere and everything. So he's not even here. So he went into the forest. Veda Vyas returned and he sent his disciples. Disciples went one day, they saw this beautiful boy. Shukadev had the same complexion as Shri Krishna. He's very beautiful. But he was sitting in samadhi, so they came back and they told Guruji, we saw a boy in the forest, young boy, naked, and he's so beautiful, but he was sitting in samadhi. Shukadev said to himself, I know who it is. I want you to go and say this shlok in the air of that boy. I want you to go and say this shlok. What shlok? Aho vakiyam stanakala kutam jighansaya payayadapya sadhvi lebhe gatim dhatruchitam tatonyam kamvadayalum sharanam brajema. 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, 23rd verse, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Who else is so merciful, in whom I can take complete shelter other than the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna? Who gave even that wicked witch Putnaa a foster mother's high place in his divine abode, the place of a mother, even though she had come to suckle the divine child with poison in her breast with intention to kill him. So merciful. The moment Shukadev heard this shlok from Bhagavat, he opened his eyes. Forced to begin, not supposed to even hear, but that shlok had the power to pierce even the mind of a Paramhans. He opened his eye. The boys, they got scared. What is this? So he looked at the boys and said, come here. Maybe he's going to give a shrap. We whipped this sage, we woke him from his samadhi. Don't be afraid, he said. Daro mat, aaja, come. Mere paas aiye. Ye shlok kahan sune aap logon ne? Ye jo aapne sunaya abhi. Where did you hear this shlok from? That you just put in my ear. Kahan mile, where did you get the shlok? So beautiful. So merciful is that Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Oh, the boy said, oh, Guruji told us this. Your Guruji? Oh, Guruji, Veda Vyas. Shukadev is thinking, I know Veda Vyas, my father. He's written 18,000 shloks like these in Bhagavat Mahapuran. Shukadev said, Acha, I want to hear all. So the one shloka is so beautiful, I want to hear all. So this is how Shukadev went back, and Vedavyas told whole Bhagavat to Shukadev, and then Shukadev told this Bhagavat to Parikshit. 7 days. And that's how today we hear Bhagavat. If it wasn't for this incident happened on the 6th day, we will not listen, we will not hear Bhagavat. There would be nobody to the Vedavyas to tell Bhagavat to. Deserve. So this is how, because of this incident, it was able to bring Shukadev ji out of Samadhi, and then he listened the whole Bhagavat, and he in turn then told his Bhagavat to Parikshit, and today the whole world, we get so much happiness, so much bliss by listening to Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, which is called Pancham Ved, the 5th Ved, the greatest book of Sanatana Dharma. If you want to be happy, listen to Bhagavat, chant the name of Sri Krishna. The name of Sri Krishna is so pure, is so beautiful. There's no amount of sin anyone can commit that one name of Sri Krishna cannot destroy. One name. So powerful. That Sri Krishna resides in a name. His name is very loved and very beautiful. If one doesn't chant the name of Sri Krishna, he has already died, given up everything. If you want to destroy the darkness and ignorance of the mind, then chant Sri Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Chant the Krishna. Meditate on Sri Krishna. Chant His divine name. What are you looking here and there? If you want to attain true happiness, you want your life to be filled with light, then chant the name of Sri Krishna. Give up this wandering here, there and everywhere in the world, looking for happiness in material things. Give up, destroy this ahamkar, this pride that I am, get rid of the pride that I am the body. Realize that you are the soul, Atma. Get rid of all this abhiman, this pride. Forget all the vaibhav of this world, the opulences of this world. This world only gives pain and suffering. If you want to attain true happiness, then chant the name of Sri Krishna. जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, तो सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, जो तू मिटाना Put on. Try the other mic, try that one over there, by the seat. Krishna Naam Pyara, Krishna Naam Pavan Pavan, Krishna Naam Pyara Pyara, Jo na bole Krishna Krishna, जग में वो हरा हरा, कृष्ण नाम पावन, मन काम के अंधियारा, मन काम के अंधियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे. Everybody go there. जिसको मिले ना पिया सुख का मरम क्या जाने, जो न ध्याये कृष्ण कृष्ण नित्य का धर्म क्या माने। चाहे अगर उजियारा, चाहे अगर उजियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे। जो तुम जाना चाहे जीवन की, छोड़ दे भटकना जल जल, दूर दे अहंकार तेरा, भूल जा जगत के वैभव, जग है दुखों का डेरा। छोड़ दे भटकना जल जल, दूर दे अहंकार तेरा, भूल जा जगत के वैभव, जग है दुखों का डेरा। फिरे मारा मारा मारा, फिरे क्या है मारा मारा, फिर क्या है मारा मारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण सुबह शाम बोल बंदे। जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन कृष्ण, जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, बोलो कृष्ण बोलो कृष्ण बोलो कृष्ण बोलो कृष्ण हरे। बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो। बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे। ओ बोलो कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा बोलो बोलो कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा ओ बोलो कृष्णा राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे। ओ बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे बोलो राधे। ओ बोलो कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा बोलो राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। So devotees, this is the gist of this katha. You don't have enough time to go in great detail. This wonderful katha is so important this incident of Putnaa that has happened on the 6th day of Thakurji Chhati, and because of this incident, today we all are blessed to be here to be able to hear Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Right? There's much more. We will end the katha here tonight. Today, sorry. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Radha Rani ki jai, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai, Bhakti Mahadevi ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Ram.